Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I felt like giving this its own episode because I feel like people are probably searching for solutions on YouTube. They're probably dealing with the same problems that I am, especially if you collect NECA quarter scale figures, especially if you collect the best quarter scale figure. That's this guy. Oh, his head doesn't even show on the thing. But this is the 40th anniversary quarter scale NECA Alien Xenomorph figure, which is one of the best action figures, or I guess at this point large action figures or statues, however you want to define it. One of the best ever made. Huge investment if you guys own this toy. I think I ended up paying around $250 for this. This is one of the most unique action figures ever made because it has this rubbery tail, which really weighs it down back here. But then also it's the head. You guys can see that this head is really long and it's solid. Along with these back prongs, it wants to tip the figure backwards, sideways, whatever. What happens is, I didn't have a stand for this guy and I strained it out a little bit, but you guys can see that it might still be coming out, but one of the legs was warped and I just had this thing kind of standing like that against the wall. The prongs were kind of holding it, so it was just kind of standing there. And over time, on its own, this started to bend. So this definitely needs a stand, and a proper stand. Here's the NECA quarter scale penguin figure that I have, and you guys can see he's standing on his own. Now what's blending in really nicely, you guys can see that, is typically a simple Kaiser stand, which gonna look like this for you hot toy collectors, people who have hot toys. Typically you see this, which I really don't like because it looks like they got a strap on or something. But you can get these with different attachments. Obviously this comes out, so it can be like a hoop that wraps around the figure. This came with that. I think this cost me like $3 from AliExpress, and this works for Penguin. Really not gonna help me out here, but like I said, this is a huge investment and my favorite, so I want to take care of the figure. I want to make sure that it's not going to ever fall. I want to make sure that it's going to be okay. If you guys saw my YouTube video, my custom video on the Cobra Ferret, I had some links in there, and some of them are dead and some of them got removed because YouTube gave me a strike they're like, you can't put links in there and it's a suspicious website or whatever. I'm like, okay. So I can't put links in the description, but I can put them right there. So go to this website, in the search for Invisible stand, and you guys will find. So you got a single piece of acrylic with a cellophane wrap on it, the metal wire thing there, it is movable. Also, you guys get this clip, which is, you guys can see there are screws in there. So you got to unscrew it to make it loose and tight compared to what you want, along with a little piece of styrofoam sponge. And I think that's for the acrylic, because as soon as you touch this you have fingerprints, but yeah, now you don't. So this is like a little cleaner for your acrylic. This does not come in black, unfortunately. I wish it did. It's very simple. So you screw this piece in. I would just be careful with that. Screw it in tight, but not too tight, because you baseball card collectors will know that you will shatter the acrylic. So screw it in tight, but not too tight. Pretend it's your first time. What? This screws into the top. And there you go. This thing, like, I'm a pretty strong dude, but like, this thing is, it didn't say how much it could support, but I researched BJD dolls on YouTube, and I came across stands that they're using. For those of you guys who aren't familiar, the BJD dolls are like Asian dolls, really high value, high quality dolls, ranging from 6 inches to 40 inches in scale. So they make different doll stands, dynamic stands for them. And this is for a larger than quarter scale. I think this is for whatever the next scale is up. Well, it's 1/3, but I don't know what that is in inches. This is pretty similar to some of the action figure stands you can get. You can get really cheap stands for your NECA figures, dynamic stands on AliExpress or eBay. You see them coming from China. This is basically just an enlarged version of that. This guy probably weighs he weighs more than 5 pounds. I know what 5 pounds feels like. This is about 5 pounds or maybe a little bit more. This thing is not going anywhere. This, you could run. I'm gonna hit the table. This thing's not going anywhere, guys. That's incredible. Already I can tell you it's worth it. Let's see if this can support the figure flying through the air. Let's see if we can do that. It's too much weight just for the wire, but when you stack the wire straight down on top of itself, I could probably try messing around with it and get it to stand on itself. As long as it's balanced, has an extra support, maybe you get one extra support for the leg maybe. But I'm just holding that so it doesn't tip sideways, like that. But I'm feeling the wire. The wire's not giving. It's not slowly coming down. Maybe it would over time, but I don't know. That feels really, really good. I'm extremely confident that this thing is not going anywhere. Look at that. That's incredible. I don't know how much weight this can support. This figure specifically is probably a bad example. Maybe this is a better one. Oh my god. He's elevated. He's off the thing. He's in the air. He's in the air right now. How are you? Oh my god. Oh my god! Are you kidding me? I should have bought 2. If you want to do dynamic poses with this, you should buy it. It was $28.99, I want to say, and after tax and shipping, I think it was $32. It might have even been $38 all in. I'll put up the price. I was really hesitant. But like I said, if you I've never spent that kind of money on a stand. Most people are it's a stupid stand. You're not gonna why am I gonna pay that kind of money? You can get a NECA action figure at retail for that. Like I said, for those of us who are collecting these, if you're doing NECA quarter scale, but also if you're doing the Alien, you're already making a huge investment, and there are certain things that you don't cheap out on, and this is one of them. If you're gonna throw down $200 to $300 for a work of art like this, then $38 for a stand, even if it's $38, even if it's $45, if this protects it from ever breaking or falling, you have to invest in this. One extra tip for you guys, just want you to know, if you're not accustomed to dealing with the physics of this, when you're dealing with acrylic and then you have metal and then you have acrylic, you don't want to hold it from here and start manipulating it. This is going to snap off, obviously, and you don't want to hold it like this either. This is going to snap off, obviously. You're not going to break this, but you will break this. You will break this. It's just acrylic, guys. The reason they call this the invisible stand is because you can actually use it to pose your figures, and because it's got this manipulated neck here, you can basically hide it. So this is fantastic if you're doing action figure photography for larger figures. If you're investing in something like this, then you have to be willing to put in the investment for this. It makes all the sense of the world, guys. I hope that helped you guys out. Keep a lookout for that link, how much I paid for it. I hope this was informative. I hope you guys learned something. If you did, hit the like button. I have more custom videos and more action figure review videos coming with Rita. We're gonna really drive her crazy in the next couple of days. So make sure you tune in for that. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.